with a minor and
they actually piped? Oh, that's bad looks. That's bad looks. That's bad looks. Eds, why? And today we got Andrew Tate's freedom is ending. This is by my dog Mori. You already know the vibe.
Lock that nigga up.
No. That being said, be sure to check out my stuff.
Not yo-yo.
Be sure to check out Stanley's stuff.
Stanley Live.
And let's just get straight into
the
it.
British government has charged Andrew Tate and his brother Tristan with and human trafficking, among other charges.
Well, looks like these two are once again cooked. And not gonna lie, who couldn't have seen this one coming? I mean, being able to leave a country of which you still have active charges in is one thing, and I'm assuming some deals were cut to let these guys go. But
this nigga is so ugly to me, bro.
Which one? Both?
He's like, he just looks like a Neanderthal.
You know what I think though? I think this is like a 40-year-old woman's cup of tea though. Like, I think it's like that like type of attraction. You know what I'm saying?
He looks like a caveman, bro.
Right? Like even like him and his brother.
And I'm not even
hairline ridiculous,
bro. I'm not even talking about the hair. Like he could be bald. It's his facial structure, bro. Something about it just gives. I don't know what it is though.
I think that's what they would. I think that's also what they like call masculine
type shit.
It's like strong, like brown.
I might literally be giving this nigga the right ultimate compliment.
Trying to beat charges in a whole other country such as the UK
this is crazy,
and
by
the
way.
West, of which, based on what I'm hearing, is upwards of 27 charges and more, is in a whole other ballpark. Like these two dummies genuinely might be fucked this time.
The BBC reports the Crown Prosecution Service.
I didn't report a single thing.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew
I didn't
it.
report it.
Bro.
Did you report it?
Bro, so telegraphed,
You
bro.
reported it?
Haymaker joke. Oh my God, you wound up for that one.
The charges after receiving new evidence against the far-right influencer brothers from a regional police station. Andrew Tate faces 10 charges connected to 3 alleged victims, while Tristan faces 11 charges connected to 1 alleged victim on allegations dating back between 2012 and 2015, according to reports.
And back then, these charges, of which they are related to, I've seen various clips, a lot of disgusting things being said in regards to their webcam business, how they operated it, how they recruited girls who are still potentially in high school. Like, not gonna lie, snitching on yourself in 4K and uploading it to your own personal social media accounts is kind of retarded, especially if you're participating in crimes or behaviors that are illegal. As evident by the top comment under this video, they said,
I've never understood how they can talk about the uplifting of like men, because like their whole thing is like, yo, men need to be better for the betterment of society, like that stuff, while actively freaking one making men even more sexist, and 2 degrading women, and 3 making more women into cam girls, which turn them into the girls that you think men shouldn't even talk to in the first place.
Like you're adding more.
You're adding to the problem.
You're saying that you don't like.
Yes.
Yeah, that actually does make a lot of
like,
sense.
what do you
I never
mean
thought about
you
it.
don't like quote unquote hoes when you're profiting off of them?
Literally creating them, funneling them.
Yes.
Towards
Funneling them.
Yeah,
Funneling
them.
Yes.
Whoa. I never thought about it like that.
Man, it's almost like actively bragging about the crimes you committed on your own website and social media accounts doesn't.
YouTube's emojis are so ugly, bro.
I was today years old when I found out YouTube had emojis.
You see that right there?
Yeah.
Like, it's disgusting. It's gross.
I didn't know that was
Sometimes it'll autocorrect my regular emojis to YouTube emojis, and I be wanting to, because I take it as disrespect every time.
Work out so well. Somebody else said, gonna be a hell of a Netflix
no cap
documentary one day. CC Morgan said, a dude who publicly says women should be property gets arrested for treating
whatever it takes.
Tates?
Yeah. Like
yeah, no. Whatever it takes.
You know what I'm saying? No. I feel like
it sounds like
a bit of a stretch. It's a bit of a stretch.
It's not bad. It's too punny to be like a serious doc. I can see it.
Take me serious.
I feel like if he was running for like mayor or something, he would use those 2 things. But for a serious doc, you know what I'm saying?
Treating women like property.
Like if you were the stand with the plan, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Imagine.
What's that Tate?
Stop.
Steak.
Stop. Stop.
Facts. Wow, you gotta love the sarcasm. Somebody else said, what color is your Bugatti? Nah, what color is your prison jumpsuit? So you can see people are trolling in the comment section.
The brothers have previously rejected the UK allegations, saying they are, quote, very innocent men. Despite also facing similar charges in their country of residence, Romania, the British-American brothers were allowed to return to the United States in February. At the time, Andrew said of the charges against them,
"We live in a democratic society where it's innocent until proven guilty, and I think my brother and I are largely misunderstood. There's a lot of opinions about us, a lot of things that go around about us on the internet. We've yet to be convicted of any crime in our lives ever."
Well, to be fair, I'm not entirely sure about that statement. He did say he's never been convicted. They have been charged. And as I said before, as far as I know, they still have active charges over there in Romania, but apparently these guys were locked up for months on end, ultimately let out because a lot of the evidence that the prosecutors over there was null or wasn't up to par or standards. So a lot of the assets of which was initially taken from the Tate brothers was given.
That nigga's beard is immaculate, bro.
Oh, this dude, bro, right here, bottom.
Bro,
oh,
in the
left.
No, this.
Yeah.
This is.
I ain't gonna lie. All white hanging down to your collarbone is insanity.
That is Jesus.
And back their cars, their jewelry, their crypto, and the millions of dollars that was seized by the Romanian government.
Wait, how
and
did
I'm
they
only
take crypto. I thought that was the whole point of having crypto. I thought the whole point of having crypto was so that just couldn't happen.
That's all they did, bro. You know what I'm saying?
only parroting what I
Niggas deleted a Google Drive folder.
heard and what I've seen in various articles and news clips. Don't quote me, but this is what I've heard and seen. That said, as we all know, although if you beat charges and you're not officially convicted, that doesn't mean that you never actually
This nigga's hawking him down,
I'm
bro.
OD into it. I am.
Oh my God.
know- I wish the best for the victims, if you know what I'm saying, regarding the Tates and all
Type
that.
shit.
This gameplay.
This is cooking, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Even,
He didn't
even in the last joke with the rain
dash to
yeah,
up to him,
yeah.
that shit was crazy.
Dash, explode, the joke jumps over, he tracks it down. Doesn't get hit the whole time.
That nigga's a shooter,
Nah, he's
bro.
going
crimes.
crazy,
It just means that the prosecutors
going
didn't have
crazy,
enough
bro.
evidence to really pin anything
Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
on you. But again, when it comes to these situations, listen, I'm not really biased. I just try to look at the evidence. I try to use logic. And although these guys, the Tate brothers, have said a lot of distasteful things online about various types of people, I'm not in the business of convicting people or sending them to prison if there isn't enough evidence to do so, obviously. However, in this case, and based on the charges that the UK is pinning on these guys and the footage that I've seen about their various activities back when they had a webcam business, and, you know, I heard some things about him and 15-year-old girls, 16-year.
Sorry, I was overly into the gameplay.
Yo, lock in, bro. Lock in, bro.
I caught it mad late.
Lock in, bro.
Girls and recruiting.
What's gross?
16.
What'd he do? Lock in, bro.
Around that age, or participating in behaviors that, if brought up in court, could genuinely get them quite a bit of time in prison. Here we have one comment, and these guys were arguing in the comment section. This guy said they were openly bragging about trafficking women for years.
Mind you, while also being like, if you're a woman, you should not be doing this.
And then what is it? Projecting it?
I don't know. That's like, it makes no sense.
Yeah.
Then this guy, John, said, what's your proof? Somebody else chimed in saying, managing a webcam girl and trafficking are two completely different things. With your logic, that means all the OF girls who use managers are also being trafficked. Somebody else then chimed in.
Hey, we gotta go in we gotta check his phone. This person who's arguing against us.
I agree.
Something about him
The thing is,
me off.
yeah,
I ain't
they're
gonna
not
lie.
freaking selling them in trucks and stuff like that. I'm more mad at the coercion. Like talking to young girls and getting them to do this.
Commit
like,
to a lifestyle that
yes.
they themselves do not support.
Because the difference between that and an OF girl is the OF girl is usually an actual adult and has actually decided that that's what they want to do with their life.
To this with like the idea, like they're outwardly seeking this.
I'm not even overtly saying the girls aren't consenting. Well, I don't know because like I don't know the situation. But it's like no, they're like, yo, look at all this money you can make by selling your body to young. Of course, the young girls are gonna be like, yeah, like duh.
Yeah.
That's like if I went up to you when you were 13 and was like, yo, you see how much bread you can make selling fent? Like,
you literally made me start selling fent. I started selling fent because of you.
There's no water. I was gonna take a sip out of my.
No, fent, methamphetamine.
by saying he obviously wouldn't openly say he traffics women, but also a lot of the stuff he said about how he got rich from cam girls and some other stuff is very suspicious and could definitely have been trafficking. Maybe not, though we haven't seen the evidence. Then somebody else chimed in saying, nice try, simp boy. They never bragged about trafficking. So clearly there's a whole bunch of different perspectives and viewpoints here, you know, a lot of speculation based off of the things they've said on social media, you know, a lot of people wanting evidence, a lot of people believing that they're guilty, but, you know, not really caring about proof or evidence. And, you know, I'll say this, the Tate brothers, given their verbiage in the past and pissing a lot of people off, have basically tainted their
They get hit with that drill rapper treatment, bro.
image for millions of people worldwide. But also at the same time, they have like a core audience who will obviously stand with them to the bitter end. For me, I'm just on the sidelines watching this.
They're gonna be inside the cell, and their core audience is gonna be like, well, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do we know that the judicial system isn't corrupt? That's what it's
gang.
All go down. I'm not on either side, as I'm typically not emotional about topics or subjects unless I actually see hard proof. As much as it is the human trait to view things in an emotional perspective or lens and let that sway your opinions about people, ultimately for me, at this point in my life, and because in the past I've erred on the side of emotion instead of a logic and then had to eat crow, I looked like a dumbass not believing in the evidence or proof of certain topics or subjects and then having to come out and say I was wrong or shit, losing my credibility. At this point in time, I just want to see how the court case goes forward from now on. I want to see.
Yeah, with stuff like this, when like a lot of the information isn't public, it is like definitely like, oh yeah, we're gonna wait to see what actually happened.
That's actually why I don't have any like thoughts or opinions on this too much. Like obviously I know like the very minute stuff of this about like, them and their background of being alpha niggas, and then somehow their fall from grace with being like charged with something in Romania.
And the only thing,
and then since then I was just like, all right, we're waiting until they get convicted.
Literally. And the only thing I want to comment on is just the irony.
Yeah,
like
the irony is
that's literally
that wrote it so fine.
See what they're gonna bring up in court, if they corroborate with the charges, arguments from
like
the
if they were a super villain, that would be bad writing.
Yeah.
Or like a good guy, that would be bad writing.
Yeah.
Like if they were in a DC comic and you're like, oh, this is like the good mayor, and then he's running the underground ring, it's like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
We need more
type shit.
Prosecutor arguments from the defendants and see what ultimately happens. However, as for the rest of this video, and this is something I was not privy to, apparently it gets even worse.
Reports say they have since returned to Romania, where they face charges of sex with a minor and
They actually piped? Oh, that's bad looks. That's bad looks. That's bad looks.
trafficking.
As I mentioned before, they allegedly seem to have repeated illegal activities with minors, and this seems to span across multiple countries.
They both deny the allegations. According to the BBC, those charges will be handled after the criminal cases are concluded in Romania.
So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. Also, I believe I may touch on the Tory Lanez versus Megan Thee Stallion topic. I know this was an old topic. He got stabbed 14 different times by the
Yeah, I haven't watched the video on that yet. Hey man, that's gonna be the video. I hope you guys liked it. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Be sure to check out my stuff.
Yo.
Sure, check out Stanley's stuff.
Stanley goddamn, what a goddamn.
And we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.